Okay, so let's respond to the objection that cigars are bad for you.
Okay.
You shouldn't do what's bad for you. The end. You know,
Okay.
what do you say to those who object morally to the smoking of tobacco?
I always like to use the Catholic line, all things in moderation. Obviously, the smoke, we're not inhaling it like a cigar.
Like a
cigarette.
cigarette.
You know, obviously the nicotine and like that is different. So, you know, so I think it's more for the pleasure based. Also, it doesn't, you know, mess with you like any type of drug, like marijuana or anything like that. So there's not a alteration of your mind either. So, can it cause gum cancer? Yeah, because you got that smoke inhalation in the mouth. But I don't know if I would call it a you know, is it a vice? I don't know. I don't know what Thomas would say about that. I guess that which is proper to tobacco.
Well, I think, yeah, a few thoughts. I mean, the little research I've done on the negative health risks of cigars, again, the little I've done, seem to suggest that it's far less bad than smoking cigarettes. I'm not denying that it's bad for you, but most of us engage in activities that are bad for us in moderation, and we justify that, whether that be the consumption of high fructose corn syrup or sugar.
Yeah.
You know, we have a Coca-Cola maybe every now and again. Like, that's bad for you. Okay, well then is that immoral? And I don't know. I think there would be some people who would say it's far more healthy for you to quit sugar and smoke a cigar every day than to not smoke a cigar and to be, you know, drinking and eating sugar. So if it's the basic argument is if it's not wrong to say have a can of Coke in moderation, even though it's bad for you, I'm not sure if you could say that it's wrong to have a cigar.
Yeah. I mean, that's one great argument that I use when, you know, people ask me about it. I like to think about, like, with God's creation, you know, why did God create tobacco?
It's important too to realize, like, this, what we're smoking is nothing but leaf.
It's a plant.
There's nothing added to it. It's just a rolled, dried leaf.
Yeah. So no artificial anything. So it's like, okay, well, you know, God gave us creation to use it properly and to have dominion over it. So I'm thinking, okay, well, it's not just the animals, but all of creation. So it's like, okay, how do we properly use this?
Yeah. Didn't mean to cut you off, but I think the other thing is, like, what do I get from this? I've heard somebody say cigarettes are a habit. Smoking cigars is something like a hobby.
Yeah.
Like, it's way more intentional. It's not like I need to duck out and, like, slam down a bit of nicotine before I go back in. It's like, look, I mean, you and I sitting across a table, this will take us about an hour, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's very conducive to a good conversation. Mm-hmm. It causes you to slow down. It causes you to sit and reflect and to de-stress. Mm-hmm. That's why I enjoy it.
Contemplative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is contemplative. It's a very slow... Yeah. I'm a big fan of anything that forces people to sit down.
Yeah.
And in a leisurely way.
Sure.
Even board games. I'm a fan of board games for that reason. People get big into D&D and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm open to that because I just love the idea of human beings sitting across from each other and doing something without technology. I also like good philosophical conversation. That's the whole point of this podcast.
Yeah.
And smoking a cigar is conducive to a good conversation. I mean, you sit down, you light up a cigar, that's a commitment. Like, you're committing.
You can't leave. Yeah. I think that it's kind of funny that in my little rectory that I have with some priests that I share, we have a Eucharistic chapel, and then up above it on the second floor, we have a cigar room. So, nice. We all gather
so you
around.
have the incense from the adoration that rises up.
Exactly. Sometimes it smells like incense. Yeah,
sometimes
like
it smells
frankincense, and sometimes it's
tobacco.
it's like, oh, that's Nicaraguan.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below letting us know what you thought about the video.